Loading into the quarterfinals of the Zaun Cup, we have We Int on the blue side, Elmo in top lane, Rin for You in jungle, Midnight Oil in mid lane, Sakeo in AD carry with QPD on support. On the red side, we have the Kranken Degens, Max V7 in top lane, Enjoy Gaming in jungle, Nargo in mid lane, Crone Acorn on AD carry with Fernandez in support. As we're loading in, I want to take a look at some win conditions for each of the teams. For We Int, I think they've got to go for the 1-3-1. I see Camille, I see Singed. No one can really answer that side lane pressure on the Kranken Degens. So what the Kranken Degens are going to have to do is they're going to need to pull We Int towards that soul. I want to see those early dragons getting stacked up.
Welcome to the Zaun Clash.
Alright, loading into the quarterfinals of the Zaun Clash. Let's see if these teams will set up any level 1 action. I'm not expecting too much spice coming out of it. Ooh, a flash from QPD. He's going to be wishing he had that one back. But I don't think he's going to be punished too early. They're going to need a few levels on this bot lane before they can really contest the power of the early Zyricon.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Looks like the Degens are setting up a possible invade, or maybe just a defense against the We Int's invade. If we go for a blind hook with the Swain right here, that could spell bad news for Midnight Oil. Are they going to go for it? And it looks like it's just defensive posturing out of the Kranken Degens. So I want to take a look at these early jungle pathings. Looks like both teams are going to do a bottom side start and clearing towards top. This, I think, is going to favor the Dr. Mundo, unless any shenanigans happen. But he's got a much faster clear, and if he can get that top lane first, get that Camille ahead, that's going to spell good news for We Int. And this here's the lane to watch out for. This is going to be what makes or breaks the game. Now, I want to talk a bit about the matchup in isolation. I think it's quite Camille favored the later it goes. Camille can buffer a Q before Garen gets his silence off, and then just wait out that silence to get the empowered Q to come out right afterwards. Additionally, Camille's shield can negate a lot of that early time. All she has to do is auto attack Garen and it automatically procs, so even if she's silenced by the Garen. See right there. Using that shield to get a really favorable trade and then finishing off with a Q2 as the shield runs out, then backing off right afterwards. There's not too much Garen can do about this trading pattern. Ooh, but it looks like Enjoy has skipped his red side camps, and he's going to be coming up for an early game gank alongside Nargo, who got the early push against the Singed. Elmo has no idea about this. This could be bad news for We Int. The stuns chain together, and Elmo goes down. Doesn't even have the flash burn. Rin looking over to the Scuttle Crab as Elmo teleports back in, but Max will have the first move from top lane. But Midnight Oil is looking to make a difference happen down in the bottom lane. He is out of mana though. Enjoy looking for something kind of tricky here. Smites away the crab. That's big. Are they going to be able to punish? Another cleaver lands on Enjoy. Looks like they're backing off. Elmo's going in though. And flash out of... And that won't be enough. So, flashes down on Midnight Oil and Enjoy. And the crab goes over to Joy. Overall favorable for the Degens. But Rin for You going for the late red buff invade. Steals it away. Lands the cleaver onto Enjoy. He's flashless. This is going to be a kill for Rin for You. Takes him down with the flash. Nargo rotating over to try and cut him off. Max coming from the bottom side. Stunned up. This is a flashless Mundo. Max is going to flash on him. And I think he's going to go down to the Aurelion Soul. Double busts for the mid laner of Kranken Degens. He's off to a great start this game. I'm going to go ahead and look over into the bottom lane. It looks like they were able to get the flash out. Big knockup here. This will be a stun. Can they get the kill? No. Another flash out down for the bottom lane. So now, only the Ignite left up for Sums down in bottom lane. But a roam coming in for Nargo, looking to try and punish this. Gets those red buff slows on Sakeo. The stun lands. One more auto, and he won't be able to find it. So that'll equalize it up a bit. I don't think there's anything Midnight Oil can do here. But maybe with Rin coming down... No, they're just going to drop Midnight Oil before the fight even starts. Sakeo flashed on by Nargo. Enjoy's going down in the top lane. Sakeo's down in the bot side of it. Another red buff slow. Ooh, the Star Surge ulti. And that is a 3-0-2 Aurelion Soul early on. And the bot lane's going to be able to push in. Sakeo's going to miss out on this upcoming wave. Actually, it's a cannon wave, so he shouldn't miss too much CS here. So that'll be the one saving grace for WeInt. But a big advantage here for the Kranken Degens. As you can see, the lane that was slightly favoring WeInt before is now all of a sudden 200 in the favor of Kranken Degens. Looks like Enjoy might be looking for some play up on the top side. He's just clearing away his Raptors, or his Krugs right now. If he can get another play happening onto this Camille, that can really put her behind. The first play out on a top laner usually is just claiming their teleport. And so the follow-up play is the one where it's really punishing when they start missing waves. But it doesn't look like anything's going to happen with it. Gonna move over and clear up this pink ward. And Rin for you clearing Dragon Scuttle. He looks like he's going to have pressure on Dragon. This is really good for WeInt. It's going to slow down the Dragon stacking that Kranken Degens want to do and free up a lot more time for those split pushers to get work done in the side lanes for WeInt. The ward's going to go down, but no contest is going to happen. First Dragon goes over to WeInt. And it looks like the junglers are just going to go back to clearing. Possible blue handoff coming in here for Nargo. And it looks like he's actually going to make a move up top lane. Elmo is very pushed up right now. This could be big, but it looks like Elmo's going to back off. Too many minions. Max would miss a good amount if he went in right now. And let's look at this, because Elmo's actually managed to stay pretty even in CS despite the early death going down. That's what I said about earlier about top lane. The first death isn't really all that punishing. It's the second one when you don't have teleport. That's when the leads can really start to be built up. Narco looking like he might be making a move down to the bottom lane. Places the pink ward. But I think he is spotted out. Looks like it's just going to be a ward clearing journey. And a reset coming out of the bot lane for WeInt. They've got the level 6 on Sakeo, but not on QPD. That's when that engage power really is going to come in big. But when that level 6 comes out of this swing, there's pretty much nothing that QPD will be able to do anymore. You can't just dive into a swing like that. So I'm expecting, as Fernandez ticks over to 6, this lane's really going to start to favor the Kranken Degens. Looks like we've got a fight going down in the top lane, though. Camera's freaking out, but it looks like Nargo will survive. Let's go and get a bit of a replay on that one. So, as you can see, Midnight Oil backing and Nargo rotating over into the top lane. Looks like he's trying to set up a dive on that low health Camille, but he gets found out by Rin on the way over. And that ultimate coming out of the window, it's so hard for Aurelion Sol to push through that early. Starting to turn the fight around. Nice voice of light to push them both back. Feeds them right into the waiting arms of Max. Bit of a I'm Sejuani, I'm helping ulti out at the end for Enjoy, but it is going to be a kill over for the Kranken Degens nonetheless. And with that, that opens up about a 2,500 gold lead, but a dragon is over to We Int. And most importantly, Camille did not really get punished too hard. That's still a very legitimate win condition for We Int. If they can get this Camille just 1 or 2 kills, she can really take over the game in the side lanes. Enjoy going over the back of the Krug wall, or the picking up Scuttle, but he doesn't look like he's going to contest on the Rift Herald. Ooh, looks like Rin might be looking for something down in the bottom lane. He's coming in. Not spotted by that ward, I don't think. Oh, and that's going to give Kranken Degens the tip that they know Rin's there. How much time is he going to spend down here, though? They might have just expected him to leave. He goes around as the ward dies out. Engage coming in. There's that Swain ulti, though. Oh, and the Varus ulti turning around, pulling him back into tower. And that is a good chunk out. Bunch of time wasted for this Mundo, and you do not want to be wasting time on this Mundo. You have to be power farming, getting ahead of this Sejuani. You can see he has about a 2 clamp lead right now, and he's going to at least use some of the damage they got off to try and look for an invade, I think. He is going to be spotted out as he goes for it. Unfortunately, it looks like there was a play that happened in the top side, but we'll take a look at this after that dive comes through. Swain W comes down, clean dive coming out, 2 for 0 under the tower, and that is some bot lane pressure that we desperately needed to go right for them. He is going to miss out on the invade, but let's go ahead and take a step back in time to see what happened up in top lane. So, Camille just farming it out. Max coming in with the double bust. Speed this up a bit here. It's like a pretty even trade, but Nargo back in. Nice juke out to avoid the Star Surge, but 3 people up there is just too many for Elmo. He is going to teleport back in so he doesn't lose too much minions. And a massive gold lead coming out in the mid lane right now. Nearly 2,000 on this Aurelion Sol over Singed. And he's got that Rylai's complete, and it's so hard for Singed to deal with. He hates being slowed down. He just wants to go fast. Goes for the flash flip, but he's not quite in range. This could be the solo kill for Nargo, and it is. Voice of Light finishes him off. And it's just in time for this next dragon to be spawning. They're clearing out the vision, grabbing those honey fruit. And with Rin on the opposite side of the map, this should be a free take. He is starting to go over there right now, but I don't think he'll be able to put much of a contest on. Yep, I'm just going to turn back for the Raptors. And so, Kranken Degens will pick up their first dragon at the 12-minute mark. It's going to be an Infernal Soul this game. That's going to really help out with that Varus poke that they're going to be wanting to use as they siege up, and going to put that on hold as Enjoy looking for an invade. He's going to run into Rin, but he doesn't have the bot lane prio, so he's just going to have to gallop his little Poro right on out of there. So, Sakeo has managed to pick up a bit of a lead after that last dive. Things had been going kind of bad all over the map for Weent, and so they got that much needed dive that put both Sakeo and Rin for You in slight leads over their opposition. Crone just waiting patiently by his turret, letting those minions come into him. Looks like a play might be happening around the mid lane. Ward clear for Nardgo. Oh, he's rotating down to the bot lane. This is going to be a 4-man play bot. I don't think that bot lane knows about this. Flashes away from the Sejuani ult, but right into the waiting arms of the Aurelion Soul. Kill for Swain, kill for Aurelion Soul, and just as I was talking about the bot lane going even, I seem to have cast or cursed it, as this will be a big lead over towards the Kranken Degens bot lane. Actually, even with those kills going down, it's still about a 500 lead for the for Weent's bot lane, so we'll be hoping to see some of those last hits be going to that Varus. Meanwhile, Max claims the first turret down in the top lane, and he's starting to build up a huge lead. Over 2,000 gold, and this is the big win condition of Weent. If they can't get something happening in this top lane, I don't know how they're going to come back from this. Luckily, they slowed down the soul stacking by taking that early dragon from Rin. But Max has just been on a tear in this top lane, really paying back the ganks tenfold. Looks like a Herald coming out for Rin. This will be a nice way. I'd like to see him drop this top lane, try and get some extra gold into Elmo. Looks like he's going to be able to take it without contest or without a trade on the opposite side. Fight going down in the bottom lane though. Nargo finds out QPD. He's after him, and he is going to get the flash. So, small advantage there for Kranken Degens. He'll lose away for it. Actually, it's a cannon minion, so he won't lose anything, really. Reset coming out for Rin. And I don't really like this Frostfire Gauntlet out of the Mundo. I'd much rather have seen him go for the Chem Tank. He really wants to be able to run in and get to that Varus, and it's going to be so hard already to be running through the Aurelion Soul Stars, through the Swain ultimate. I think he needs the extra move speed desperately this game. He is going to find out Nargo, but Nargo just procs the phase rush and zooms on out of there. Looks like a play might be happening over in the bottom side. And Troy hovering around, it looks like he's backing off as Midnight Oil has come to respond. But he face checks, and that's a singed, and he'll just zoom right on out there. Nargo looks like he might be looking for something, but he is just going to peel off. Meanwhile, Max comes to keep up pressure in the mid lane. I really like this. He pushes out top, rotates to help his team. And is that going to be the kill onto Midnight Oil? He looks like he'll just barely get out. Rin goes back in and dropped by the Garen's Judgment. They're diving onto Sakeo. He throws down the Xayah ulti, picks off Enjoy, but another kill is going to be coming down for Max's Garen. He is really rolling now, and the bright spot is Elmo not even going to be able to get this tower? No, Max teleports back up to the top lane. And so Elmo can't even claim this tower in response. If you look at that, Stride Breaker plus Tabby to just components of the Trinity Force. This is really favored for Max right now. But that favorable trading power patterns from the Camille. She can just proc that shield, get that true damage, and bypass all of Garen's resistances. Gonna be looking for a reset. I wonder if she has the Trinity Force yet. It's a 700 combination from those components, so she is going to be able to pick up the Trinity Force. And the Herald dropped mid lane as they're rotating over for Dragon. I'm not the hugest fan of this play. I really would have liked to see this go over to Rin. But they are going to get a crash in. It won't even claim the tower though. And their Kranken Degens are going to be able to contest the Dragon. Stun onto Rin. Midnight Oil's trying to get in, but it doesn't look like he has the damage. They're piling in onto Narco. 4-man Voice of Light into the Star Surge, and that's going to just be a 5-for-0 clean ace for their Kranken Degens. And you have to imagine that's going to wrap up the game. It's going to be so hard to come back from this. 7,000 gold and a 2-dragon advantage coming out of their Kranken Degens. That split push win condition we were talking about, down 3,000 gold in the top lane, down 3,500 gold in the mid lane, and bot lane dead even despite the early dive going in favor of We Int. Crone and Fernandez have been able to weather the storm and come right back up. Let's go back and watch that in slow motion. So, Enjoy gets slipped by Midnight Oil. Cut out early. Nice proto belt to dodge the stun out from Midnight Oil. Sejuani ult goes wide, and QPD gets a nice knockup, but he does miss the important carries. And look at that ulti. Chained with the Varus ulti, just so much AoE damage coming through. And that's what I was talking about. It's so hard for We Int to engage into the Kranken Degens. Free dragon pickup after that. Max setting it up to the top lane. He's going to clear out these minions, keep that tower nice and safe. And it looks like Crone and Fernandez are going to claim the tower down here in bot lane for the second tower of the game for their Kranken Degens. Hook goes wide. They're looking over onto Fernandez, but I don't really think they can engage onto that while she has her ult up. And another tower looks like it went down in the mid lane for the Degens. So, 3 towers to 0. Nearly a 10,000 gold lead, and up a dragon. Can We Int come back from this? Now, I want to start taking this opportunity to look at ways that We Int can stall out the game. And I think it's got to be through this Singed pick. The Camille is too far behind to really contest the Garen too much right now. I need to see her on that Ravenous Hydra so she can heal up after the trades before she can really start putting too much pressure on. But Singed, he can do a lot with very little gold. If I want to see him not just wave clearing mid lane, and I want to see him proxy farming these waves, trying to get map pressure that way. Nargo overextends into tower. That might be a way that they can get back. So KO picks up a big shutdown. Oh, but unfortunately it goes over to QPD. They really would have liked to see that kill on Sakeo. But big shutdowns coming across the map. Looks like Rin was able to take down Max on the opposite side of the map. Let's go check that out right now. So, Max engaging onto Elmo. Using that Stride Baker to slow her down. Rin shows up. Looks like he's going to flash after. At least trade the 1-for-1. Getting a little dicey, but 800 gold onto the Mundo. That's a much nicer place to put that kill. So, bit of blunders coming in from the Kranken Degens. But they do still hold a 7,000 gold lead. And I don't like what I'm seeing right now. Sakeo is going back to the bottom lane, which means Midnight Oil is forced to clear up against Varus and Swain. He has to walk up into the minion wave to be able to do this, which means he's really vulnerable to Varus ults, Swain hooks, and he can just get bursted. That's a very squishy build coming out. He went for the Proto Belt to try and get in on their backline, but it just has not been working. I want to take a look at the vision right now too for the Degens. You can see pink ward in the pit, pink ward right outside the pit, just excellent ward coverage around this dragon, because we know that's the important objectives that they're looking to be stacking towards. Max clearing out some more vision, keeping that vision control up. Flash flip onto the Swain. It looks like they're going to find another pick. Excellent play out of Midnight Oil, seeing that Fernandez was overextended and taking her out before she could get the ultimate off. But a flank coming in from Nargo. He's in the back line. Ults 2 back, and that's going to be a free kill over to Crone Acorn. The Q just goes wide, but I think they're going to take down Rin anyway. And overall, with a nice rotation up from Nargo, that's going to be a 3-for-1. And that's got to be heartbreaking if you're Int. They were finally starting to get some little play going their way, and just a good rotation turns it around. I think Elmo's going to go down here too. He's looking to make a blast cone play, but the Rylai's coming out of Nargo. Will he be able to turn the kill back around? He does have the ultimate. Jumps onto the Nargo, but the stopwatch is going to deny any trade kill. And another free one going in the way of the Degens. The one bright spot of that play is Elmo was able to pick up that top lane tower. That means he's going to be able to start pushing up a little further, start threatening more of the Degen's base. But with Dragon coming up, the Degens are all resetting. And their wards have died out, so I'd like to see Fernandez shove out this wave and then rotate over into this river, start laying down some wards. Possible catch onto Midnight Oil, but doesn't look like it for now. Win for you, just boldly face checking into that bush, knowing that the Degens were still on a reset. But the Degens are able to wrestle control out as Elmo heads back up to the top lane. This looks like it's going to be a third dragon going in. I don't think there's going to be a kill here, but yep. Rin able to walk it out, but it still should be another dragon coming down for the Kranken Degens. And Max just going in 1v2 without a care in the world. Rin getting pulled back in, but the flank from Midnight Oil, it's a pretty hectic fight, but Fernandez just uses the Swain ultimate, keeps Int out of there, and Dragon 3 goes over to the Degens. And it looks like Midnight Oil is on the wrong side of this fight. He's going to be taken out by Nargo. And Rin trying desperately to get that wave in. But without the Tiamat, this Camille's wave clear is not that impressive. He will be able to eventually get the wave in, but I don't think he'll be able to put too much pressure down on this tower. Looks like it's just Enjoy answering him. Narco coming from the bot side though. I wonder if they'll be able to lock him up. He is going to go for the tower finish, but I think it will cost him his life if he goes for it. Big Star coming out into the Sejuani ultimate, and that's another kill. Looks like in the mid lane we've got some action going down. 2 kills went over to Crone. Let's go and take a look at what happened there. Rin just kind of staying around at low health. I see that ultimate coming out of Crone. I bet he's going to pull the trigger on that pretty soon. Oh, Max going in with the Stride Breaker starts it off. Rin tries to peel for his AD carry, but just leaves him as free food for Crone. Nice play there coming out of the Degens. And this one's looking to be a bit of a wash. I think the Degens could pressure this turret and then possibly look to fall back over into Dragon. They do have a great way of thinking, and that's what I was talking about. I don't like Midnight Oil clearing these waves. He's so vulnerable to the catches out of the Varus, out of the Swain. Any one of those skill shots just being thrown out and he just dies, and that's going to make this Baron extra free for the Kranken Degens. Rin's too far away to be able to contest. And 26 minutes into the game, their Kranken Degens playing Baron Nashor. They've got a 12,000 gold lead, 4 turrets to 2. Looking across the board, Max up over 3,000 gold on Elmo. Oh, Enjoy up nearly 1,000 gold on Rin. Nardgo up 5,000 gold on Midnight Oil. Crone has 1,000 advantage over Sakeo, and pretty even across the supports, but you don't care about support gold anyway. Looking at the items, it looks like the Tiamat is not complete yet for Elmo. I would have liked to see him prioritize that over that Caulfield's, or possibly even sell the Doran's Blade for it. He needs to be getting some extra wave clear so we can put some pressure, but a dive going on in mid lane. Let's go back and see what happened there. So just clearing waves with the Baron. Midnight Oil looking to clear these waves, but he tries to flip Nargo and just gets punished for it. Nice, says Juani ultimate, cashing QPD after the fact. Nargo, Nargo does snipe out. Nice damage from Crone, leaving the Voice of Light to snipe out Sakeo as well. That's going to be the base opening up for the Kranken Degens. They're getting on to Rin. He's going to go down too. Swain pulled back after this Sejuani stun. Elmo trying to teleport in, but he's got a star waiting for him. He gets stunned up, pulled in, and taken down by Crone. Crone is going to execute to the turret. Bit of a head scratcher there. And with the respawns coming in, I don't know if they will be able to end without their AD carry. Midnight Oil's got the flash flip. He's going to take down Nargo. Goes golden, but I don't think it'll buy enough time. They are going to take down QPD in response. But it looks like Enjoy might go down as well to Sakeo. Gale Force is in, flashes out. Now Rin's here, looking to see if he can take down Fernandez. But those minions are just forcing Sakeo back into his base. And with Elmo coming back up though, I think this is going to be the end of the Degens push. He looks to go in onto Fernandez, and that Camille just locking him in, but Fernandez able to flash out. Not enough damage, and Elmo's going to go down for it. Max might be the trade kill. Sakeo gets hooked, has to go into the ultimate. And the 1v1, able to take down Fernandez. Rin is able to take down Max, but another inhib goes down. I think this might be just too little too late for we end. Dragon Soul coming up shortly soon, and with top and mid inhibs down, with supers going to be pouring onto an open Nexus, I can't see it going anywhere outside of towards the Kranken Degens. Pink Word comes down for Midnight Oil, but that's just a free 30 gold over to Nardco. He's even going to try it. He does go over, goes for the Desperation Steal, but it goes over to Crone instead, actually. Bit of a close one there. But with Midnight Oil down, I think they're just going to be able to walk it in and end the game here. Coming out for one last defense. QPD jumps in onto Nargo, but he can't catch up to him with that Rylai's Crystal Scepter slowing him down. Ren going on to Crone. Nargo forcing the Hourglass. Able to take down QPD before he goes down. Fight going alright before we int, but it looks like Max is just going to finish off the Nexus. Game over. Kranken Degens take it.